Good morning, it's 10 o'clock. I'm Nancy Sun, and it's time for Easy News on ICRT. In Taiwan, the TAIEX opened up 1 point this morning from yesterday's close at 8,419 on turnover of 1.5 billion NT. The cabinet looks set to establish a task force to handle issues regarding the mislabeling and use of illegal ingredients within the island's food manufacturing sector. According to Premier Zhang Yihua, food safety issues should not be tackled by the Ministry of Health and Welfare alone, and existing quality control systems need to be improved. Health Minister Cho Wen-da has promised to release the findings of an ongoing investigation into the island's latest food safety scandal in the coming week. The government has so far inspected 50 of the island's 163 edible oil production facilities. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says a technical working group will be established to deal with fishery issues involving Taiwan and the Philippines. The statement follows talks in Taipei yesterday, at which officials from both sides discussed the possibility of designating a special cooperative area in an overlapping exclusive economic zone. The government has described the meeting as the first formal fishery talks with Manila. Police are investigating the death yesterday of a female high school student who died after falling from a suspension bridge in Miaoli County during a mountaineering class. Police say witnesses reported seeing the rope break before the student fell 17 meters to her death from the Longshan suspension bridge. The girl was in a group of third-year students from Hsinchu County's Songxing High School on a 2-day training camp at the mountain village in Tai'an Township. And former LPGA number 1 Yan Yizhen says she is happy to be back in Taiwan for the Sunrise Championship and believes she has an advantage on her home turf. Speaking to reporters, Zhen said recent LPGA events in Asia have been good preparation for this week's tournament, and she hopes not to disappoint her fans. The 2013 Sunrise LPGA Championship tees off tomorrow morning at the Sunrise Golf and Country Club in Taoyuan. In international news, France is the latest in a growing list of nations that are demanding explanations from the U.S. over allegations that the National Security Agency has spied on them. Other countries include Germany, Brazil, and Mexico. A report published on Monday says the U.S. swept up 70 million French telephone records and text messages and recorded some private conversations. President François Hollande's office expressed deep disappointment, saying the spying violated the privacy of French citizens. Mexico has also expressed outrage about an alleged NSA program that accessed presidential emails. 4 Egyptian policemen are facing trial over the deaths of 37 Islamists who were imprisoned in August. The officers, including the deputy chief of a Cairo police station, have been charged with manslaughter. The 37 people died from lack of oxygen when tear gas was fired into the back of a vehicle taking them to a prison outside Cairo. At first, security officials claimed the prisoners had tried to escape, but prosecutors found no evidence to support the claim. More than 3,000 firefighters in Australia are battling bushfires raging across New South Wales. The officials say conditions today are as bad as it gets, adding there is real potential for more loss of homes and life. High temperatures, low humidity, and strong winds are forecast for today. New South Wales declared a state of emergency on Sunday amid some of the worst fires in the region in years. Also in Australia, the government plans to raise the nation's debt ceiling by a whopping 2/3 to 500 billion Australian dollars. This move may be an effort to avoid any future Washington-style political crisis over spending. A bill to increase the borrowing limit will go to Parliament on November 12th. And finally, Iran's justice minister says there is no need for a man who survived a hanging to be hanged a second time. The 37-year-old convicted drug smuggler was found alive in a morgue after being hanged last week. The minister says executing the man would have repercussions against Iran's image. After being discovered alive in the morgue, the man was then moved to a hospital where he was being kept under armed guard. His condition is not known, although a local news agency reported Monday that he had fallen into a coma. And now looking at the weather across Taiwan, according to the Central Weather Bureau, we can expect cloudy rains and skies in the north with a high of 25 in Taipei and mostly clear skies in the center and south with a high of 30 in the Taichung and Kaohsiung areas.